Lots of theories floating around about who the New York Ripper is. Who do you think it is?
I have one that's insane. I know it's not, but I just know because it would personally devastate me. I feel like it might be Blessing.
Oh, man.
Specifically because of this episode and like how he talks about having to be put back together from his experiences. And I know it's not going to be him. He doesn't like work out timeline wise, but I just know that would hurt me the most.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you who I think it is not, who I've seen talked about a lot. I do not think it is Jonah Mitchell. Leave Jonah Mitchell in Nebraska. Okay. We don't need Jonah Mitchell back. But there's so much theorizing going on. And it's, I mean, I guess it's not totally meaningless, but it doesn't really, I think the most interesting thing, more than theorizing about who the New York Ripper is, what I think is more interesting than that is the fact that we have a character who knows who the New York Ripper is.
Yeah.
And that's Leon. And he has his weapon.
Yeah, he has to know him. He has to have
some kind of know him
information.
And either the Ripper has stopped killing or the Ripper is dead. So that we have, so he's either reformed or he's dead or he's in prison for something else, not for life, not related. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Charlie Brown. We are covering episode 6 of Dexter Resurrection, Cats and Mouse. Here we go. Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome back.
I am Kelly Bacala-Keen.
I am Jazz. This is my formal hoodie, Schmanic.
Okay, the hoodie would have been inappropriate.
It's a murder hoodie.
It's a murder hoodie.
It's a murder hoodie. One
of the guests. And one that Chike has seen.
Exactly. He's almost got murdered by that exact hoodie. You're going to
come the hoodie itself
at a party with that murder hoodie?
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, it was pretty casual.
There was multiple times this episode where Dexter was just a big confused potato.
There were multiple times this episode where I felt like production was a confused potato.
Yeah, there's many confused potatoes to be had.
Yeah, this episode should have been called Cats and Mouse and Confused Potatoes. Listen. This episode was very nostalgic for me. This season is incredible.
I've enjoyed every episode.
Me too. It's phenomenal. It's peak Dexter. But this episode was a little nostalgic for me. In the things that I was picking on. This like just the same kind of things that I used to roll my eyes at like crazy in the original series. This was not my favorite episode. I was very nitpicky about it. But it was still great.
It's definitely not my favorite of the season, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, it was still great. It absolutely was. But yeah, my bottom list, I had trouble deciding which ones to go with. It was a tough selection. But some news. Okay, it's not really news. It's more like speculation, I guess. But there is a credible rumor, we'll just say, that seasons 2 and 3 have been greenlit. So we're
good.
Yeah. I have a feeling, I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to stop. I mean, I think like they would probably let this go into completely off the wall territory where they're doing like musical numbers before they actually just give up completely on Dexter. Come
I
on,
love the musical episode.
we know that like Michael C. Hall is an experienced stage actor and a wonderful singer.
That means that Eric Stone Street has to survive the season if we're gonna get, unless we get like a episode where all of the past killers that have been get killed come back and sing a musical number together.
That would be amazing.
We need to pitch this musical episode to Showtime right now.
That would be okay. Can we please have a musical number where Dexter kills somebody who happens to be playing the MC in Cabaret, which was like his first big break. And he's in costume when he's got him on the kill table. And Dexter has like this fantasy about them switching roles or something. And so we see Dexter as the MC.
I would pay infinite money to see that.
Yeah. You know, Michael C. Hall probably misses that makeup and nipple rouge so much. He's just like, when he's all alone at home, he just like, you know, his wife leaves and he's just like, he puts on the whole getup.
Bienvenue. Yeah.
He just puts on the whole getup and does his laundry. Like,
it's Billy Porter right now is the MC in Cabaret. He would be a great guest star.
Yeah, awesome. Nice.
Everybody loves Billy Porter.
Very cool. But yeah, so anyway, we are discussing episode 6, Cat and Mouse. The synopsis reads as follows. As Dexter closes in on a narcissistic murderer, Harrison faces a crisis of identity while trying to find his place in the world. Batista pursues the connection between the Bay Harbor butcher and the recent killings in New York City. All right, let's why don't we get right into it? I'm starting this week, right? Yeah. We open on Dexter enjoying his time sweeping up leaves from the front stairs of the Kamara's Queen's home. Blessing comes outside. He informs Dexter his beloved mother Prudence passed away in her sleep last night. Dexter awkwardly offers death comes for us all, and then stands there like a weird, uncomfortable lawn gnome. Blessing invites him to join his family for the wake later that evening. Dexter calls Harrison, who is in the hotel locker room, and asks him if wearing Red's murder hoodie to the wake would be appropriate. After all, it is black. Harrison then appears on Dex's doorstep with a borrowed suit jacket and tie in hand. His father thanks him, praising him as a lifesaver. Dexter notes that Harrison has shown up dressed for the funeral as well. He tells his son that he doesn't need to feel pressured to accompany him. Harrison tells his father that funerals are difficult, especially alone. Dexter realizes he's talking about Hannah, his deceased stepmother. Harrison says her funeral was one of the hardest things he's been through. Dex apologizes to his son for having to do that alone as he watches him fumble to correctly tie his tie. He teaches his son the rabbit technique his father taught him. He and Harrison are joined by Ghost Harry as they look at their handiwork in the mirror. 3 generations of complicated Morgan men smile at each other. Here outside, Dexter tells Harrison to brace himself for a lot of sadness. But they walk into a home filled with laughter. Prudence's funeral is a well-attended party. Dexter continues to introduce Harrison to members of the Kamara clan. Harrison asks how long he's known the family, amazed by the level of affection they seem to have for his father. Dexter replies, only a few weeks. Harrison replies, he's been in New York for months and only knows like 3 people. The Morgans are greeted by Blessing, who's thrilled to see the small family reunited. He explains that the wake is a celebration of the beautiful life Prudence lived. Harrison thanks Blessing for allowing him to attend, and Blessing tells him nothing would have made his late mother happier than to see the 2 Morgans back together. He points Dex to Prudence's casket. He walks over to pay his respects, but finds himself uneasy. He hasn't been to a funeral since his late wife Rita. Charlie is over at Red's apartment. She notices the pile of uncollected mail in his box. She knocks, then lets herself in when no one answers. She notices that all of Red's food is spoiled and the sink has moldy dishes sitting in it. No one has been there in a while. She calls Leon, who is in a limo. She tells him Red is also MIA. Leon replies, understood, and hangs up on her. Back in the Kamara's kitchen, Joy has Harrison sample her fiance's homemade booch. Harrison says it packs a punch, praising him for starting his own company. Joy tells him that Sam, the budding entrepreneur, has 4 businesses in the works. She asks Harrison if he's in college. He admits a bit shamefully that he has his GED and works over at the Empire Hotel as a bellman. In the next room, Constance announces it's time for cats. The guests gather together near the casket as she continues to explain that Prudence adored cats, but due to her son's allergies, channels that love into collecting dozens of ceramic cats. They ask each guest to pick a cat that speaks to them and to come and say a few words about the deceased. A few members of the group choose cats and speak warmly of Prudence. Constance invites Dexter, who picks a cat that somehow looks smug and stands before the group, unsure of what to say. He tells the gathering of Prudence's wishes to die at home, surrounded by the people she loved. Everyone is gathering, misty-eyed, including Dexter, as he returns to his spot. Finally, Blessing addresses the party. He says his mother gave him life and saved his life. Overwhelmed, he stops talking and runs off. Dexter steps outside to take a call from Leon, who tells him he's waiting outside his home. Dexter says he abandoned both his job and his apartment once Charlie broke in, saying his anonymity is too important to him to give out a forwarding address. Leon says he understands this seems to be in character for the elusive dark passenger. He tells him he was there to offer him a ride, but he trusts he can find his own way to Prater's mansion ASAP. Time for another meeting of the Serial Killers Club. Harrison strolls home alone, walking by an NYU recruitment table. He pauses to grab some literature, but seems overwhelmed that a year's tuition, plus room and board, seems to be in the realm of $90K a year. At the police station, Mia's intended victim is giving Wallace and Oliveira the rundown of what happened that night. The police question why he wasn't more suspicious, but he tells them he was in full don't care, have sex mode. Everything happened too fast for him to realize the vibes were off. They met, they had drinks, they went back to her place, and then he woke up undressed and tied to a Christian Grey-style torture device, and she was threatening to pour lye in his eyes. He also mentions that Mia said that he would be her first kill in New York. This is a surprise to the detectives. After the questioning, Wallace frustratedly states that his account doesn't match what happened to Ryan Foster. Oliveira stresses it doesn't match what they think happened. Perhaps Mia was forced to improvise when it came to Ryan. He points out that Lady V is known for attacking sexual predators, and the man from the bar had no history of that. He suggests Mamma Mia is updating her modus operandi. Wallace is unconvinced, reminding him that Mia said this was her first kill in New York. The detectives are then interrupted by Batista. Angel stands ominously in front of Wallace's Pepe Silva wall of New York Ripper info and informs the detectives he believes Mia is innocent of Ryan's murder. He stresses how much Ryan's case reminds him of a BHB killing, and that while Dokes was named as the butcher by the FBI, he now believed Dexter to be guilty of the butcher's crimes. Dexter was in a coma when Ryan was murdered, so it couldn't have been him who committed that crime. But he does believe that his son Harrison Morgan killed him following his father's MO. Wallace perks up at the mention of Harrison. Angel continues that he believes Dexter planted the watch on Mia to exonerate Harrison. Oliveira isn't buying it. He asks how Dexter would even be connected to Mia. Angel reminds them that the BHB was famous for killing other serial killers. Oliveira is still unconvinced. Angel asks if he can join the detectives when they interview Mia, explaining she recognizes Dexter's picture. They'll know for sure. Wallace agrees to let him join. At Leon's estate, the remainders of the Serial Killers Club nosh anxiously as they wait for Prater to return to the room. They're nervous about Mia's arrest. Leon enters and tries to put them at ease, saying Charlie is handling everything. Gareth points out that Lowell is also missing and suggests he may have been arrested too. He says he doesn't trust Mia to keep her mouth closed. He's at the top of the FBI's most wanted list and is notorious culturally as the Gemini killer. He believes Mia would be willing to trade on his reputation to secure herself a deal. Rapunzel disagrees, believing Mia can be trusted. Leon interjects that he has connections at every level of law enforcement, including the FBI, and that if Mia talks, he will be the first to know. Gareth says that girls shouldn't be allowed in the group and demands that they take extreme measures, insisting it's no longer safe. Dexter interjects that Leon guaranteed them safety and he trusts him. He also doesn't believe that Mia would do anything to hurt the group. Gareth finally calms down, and Leon obviously appreciates the support from Red. He offers the gathered men extra spending money, offering them envelopes stuffed with fat stacks of cash. Rapunzel quickly grabs the cash and stuffs it into his fanny pack, as Leon assures them that by the next time they meet, everything will be back to normal. Charlie is at an off-track betting site where she finds a man with a heavily scarred face who appears to have lost a lot of money playing the ponies. She slams down a particularly fat envelope onto the table as she slides into the chair next to him and asks if he needs a friend. The man cautiously opens the giant envelope and is shocked by its contents. He nods his head in agreement. Dexter stands on a street corner doing a bit of research on the notorious Gemini killer, determining after a few seconds that he definitely fits the code. Duh, bro. He spots Gareth across the street as he leaves Leon's and he begins to stalk his prey. Gareth heads upstairs in a bookstore, the famous Last Bookstore in Los Angeles. Dexter follows and catches Gareth, Dexter follows and catches Gareth, leaving a note in one of the books. Once he's gone, Dexter grabs the book, noticing it's an encyclopedia of infamous serial killers. Gareth has left the note bookmarked in the chapter about himself. #narcissism. Dexter can't help but flip the pages to see if he made the book too, finding the BHB 2 chapters down from Gemini. He chuckles, turning the page to see his crimes, credited to James Dokes.
Charlie stops by her mom's hospital room, telling her mother she wouldn't believe what she had to do today. Elsa is getting ready to leave for work, explaining excitedly that with the extra shifts, she almost has enough hours to complete the program she's working on. She reminds Harrison about the pasta on the stove to give her son his nebulizer before bed, and Harrison is surprised that Dante's asthma is still bothering him. Elsa confides in Harrison that they found black mold in Dante's bedroom closet, and the landlord refuses to take her calls, so she's withholding rent until he solves the problem. Harrison is upset, asking if she can't just move. Elsa reminds him of the steep cost of moving, especially in New York. She's unwilling to give up her rent-controlled place, even if her landlord is a massive knob. Dexter arrives home, unaware someone's watching him from behind. He unlocks his door to enter his apartment when he sees Sam at the top of the stairs, struggling with several bags of ice. He runs to help him, and the two men carry the bags of ice into the Kamara's home. Inside, the party is still going strong. In the kitchen, Blessing is upset by the amount of ice that Sam has purchased. Sam defends himself by saying there's still several people here and he thought they might need more. Blessing is obviously venting his hurt onto his daughter's fiancé, insisting they don't have room for that much ice and he will flood their whole kitchen. Throwing 2 bags into the sink, he shouts that he can't trust anyone with anything. Dexter takes the extra bags of ice back to his place and puts them in the freezer. As he enters his apartment, he's shocked to find Gareth standing there by the window. Surprised, he welcomes Gareth into his abode. Gareth asks why Dexter stole the note he left at the bookstore. Sheepishly, Dex lies, saying he's embarrassed to admit that he's a really big fan. He was too starstruck to approach him in a group setting, so he was trying to plan an accidental encounter. Gareth says he should have suspected this, saying he noticed his influence in the Dark Passenger's work, but didn't want to embarrass him by saying so. Dexter is annoyed, but continues the farce, saying it was cool of him not to call out his obvious fawning. He offers Gareth a gin and tonic, and he accepts. Dexter begins to make the cocktail, hiding from Gareth's view his intent to spike his drink with knockout juice. Gareth continues to brag. Dexter asks if the name Gemini isn't a nod to the Zodiac Killer, and Gareth replies, the name chose him and has nothing to do with any other famous killer or anyone else. Gareth smugly continues that he's been number one through all forms of schooling, Mensa, and now number one on the FBI most wanted list. Chuckling, Dexter adds, for now. Gareth said that Red ranks number 2 at best. Dexter laughs, pretending to be flattered, and Gareth swaps drinks with him before indulging in his gin and tonic. But Dexter clearly prepared for this and spiked his own drink. Gareth quickly topples over without another word. Harrison and Dante play a game in the apartment before Dante is overwhelmed by his asthma. Harrison grabs the nebulizer and calms Dante until his breathing returns to normal, then tucks him into Elsa's bed and reads him some Ninja Turtles comics until he falls asleep. He heads to the kitchen to finish off the pasta, grabbing a fork, when he hears a knock at the door and goes to answer it. It's Elsa's landlord, Vinny. He tells Harrison to tell Elsa to pay her rent, and Harrison said that she won't be paying rent until he takes care of the mold. The two men argue. Harrison's rage builds until he stabs Vinny in the eye with the fork he's holding. Vinny screams in agony when suddenly Harrison snaps out of the vision. Vinny is still shouting at him. The stabbing was just in his imagination. Vinny insists that Elsa pay or he makes things worse for her and her son, calling them lowlifes. Back at Dexter's, he has Gareth bound up in plastic on his living room floor. He cuts his face in the classic Dexter tradition and makes a slide from Gareth's blood. Gareth wakes up and starts to protest, mouth taped closed, and Dexter decides instead of having his normal pre-mortem chat, he's done with hearing from Gareth and makes short work of stabbing him through the chest. As soon as he stops thrashing, there's a knock at the door. It's Blessing, who's come to apologize for his earlier actions. Dexter hurries to stash Gareth's body in the bathtub, pulling the curtain closed to hide the corpse. Blessing apologizes for his earlier outbursts, and Dexter says he understands. He must be deeply upset with his mother having just passed. Blessing admits that it's more than that. He isn't exaggerating when he says that his mother saved his life. He admits to Dexter that he was a child soldier in Sierra Leone. He was kidnapped by men who came to his house in the night and forced him to work for the Revolutionary United Front. He admits to even killing one person. He says there are thousands of other children in Sierra Leone who have the same story, but they didn't have prudence, who risked everything to find her son and save him and bring him to the United States for a new life. He didn't think he deserved a second chance and initially fought the change. But somehow Prudence put him back together. He wonders how he will survive without her strength and kindness, confessing to Dexter he's not sure how to go on. Dexter asks how he learned to survive. He said that Prudence advised him never to bring his darkness home, to keep it separate. Dexter thinks he needs to be better about keeping his role and Harrison separate. Blessing asks Dexter if he has any Advil, and he tells him without thinking to check the medicine cabinet. Realizing immediately that Gareth's body is in the tub, he shouts after Blessing that he'll grab the Advil, but it's too late. He's already in the bathroom, rooting through the cabinet. He finds the Advil and turns to leave, but not before noticing one of the shower rings has been pulled off. He fixes it and then straightens the shower curtain while Dexter holds his breath, then exits the bathroom, none the wiser of the gruesome mess in the tub. Blessing apologizes for loading on Dexter and says he hopes he hasn't scared him. Dexter tells him no. Blessing calls him a good and gentle person. Dexter tells himself sarcastically to tell that to the person in his bathtub. Dexter arrives at the incinerator to dispose of Gareth's body, chatting with Ghost Harry while he preps the area. Harry tells him that he really likes his new friend Blessing, and Dexter agrees. They both seem to have parents who saw them for who they truly were and helped them become the best versions of themselves. Harry says that Dexter now has that opportunity with Harrison. Harrison and Dexter meet at a diner. He explained that he was trying to help Elsa talk sense into her asshole landlord when he had a vision of himself killing the man. Dexter tells him not to go backwards and praises his son for his ability to control his impulse. He tells Harrison that he reminds him of his Aunt Deb and her strong moral code. He tells him that he will take his Morgan sense of justice and use it to help people, and Dexter will help him. Second chances are for taking. Then Dexter pays the check when he receives a phone call from Charlie. She tells him that rder has a surprise for him and to bring him and trophies and meet them on Pier 6 in 2 hours. Wallace, Oliveira, and Batista at the jail to talk to Lady V. The prison goes on into lockdown mode and an alarm sounding overhead. The guard instructs the officers to wait, but they refuse and continue to follow him to Mia's cell. Mia's feet are dangling from the ceiling and it appears that she has been hung. The guards rush to get her down, but she is already dead. The guards believe it to be suicide, but we see the craggy face of the man that Charlie met at the diner working as a guard. This was no suicide. Dexter drives to the pier. The radio announces Mia's death, saying it was ruled suicide by hanging. The announcer says the men of New York can sleep safe tonight. Dexter switches off the radio and ponders if she was silenced by Leon. Dexter is startled when Rapunzel pounds on his passenger door and shouts that they're taking a ride in a whirlybird. He sees Leon and Charlie waiting for his arrival by the waiting chopper. And Leon says that he thought this would be a fun change of pace. They're just waiting on Gareth. Realizing that everyone is dead except for him and Al, Dexter starts to get worried they're going to know he's the one bumping off all the members of the group. Everyone boards the helicopter, and the pilot informs Leon they're ready to go. He requests 2 minutes to wait for Gareth. Just then another car pulls into the parking lot, and out hops a man identical to Gareth. Dexter is shocked with the revelation that Gemini meant that Gareth was a twin. The new Gemini calmly hops into the helicopter and sits down beside Dexter. Fuck me, Dexter thinks to himself as the chopper takes off.
I apologize. I'm having some trouble with StreamYard right now for some reason. It doesn't want to remove the this picture of Dexter from my screen. But I kind of like this frame because it's basically just Michael C. Hall looking straight into the camera. As his inner voice says, fuck me. Oh, there it goes.
I did it.
Oh, you did it. Okay, cool.
It was selected on my screen for some reason.
Oh, how weird.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's I love it. Michael C. Hall has these occasional moments that pop up where like he's delivering a line right into the camera. One really well-known one is Wiggles from New Blood, the clown.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what Wiggles is saying. Dexter looks right into the camera and he's like, they always say some shit like that. It's really amusing. Like, I don't know if it's like if it's scripted for him to do that or if it's like a Michael C. Hall choice. But it's really interesting. Like, every once in a while I have one of those moments and I always appreciate it when he does it. So I'll just bring that up one more time. R.I.P. Mamma Mia.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into our discussion, God, I don't know what is happening with my eyes are just watering like crazy. Before we hop into our discussion and our top and bottom fives and our MVP and LVP, I just want to say that we are currently looking for a backup or ongoing co-host or co-hosts for Dexter as well as the other shows we cover. I won't get into it, but I got a brand new chronic health issue that has come up that is very much not serious, but also incurable and can make me extremely miserable sometimes. So this might be a problem going forward. And basically we need some more bodies to help pick up the
subs.
Yes.
Anyone wants to occasionally sub in.
Yeah.
That would be lovely.
Exactly. So, whether it's a backup co-host or just a third co-host for one of our shows, like if you're interested in co-hosting, get in touch. You can email me at kelly@cyborgqueenmedia.com. Or send us a DM on social media. We're at Cyborg Queen Media everywhere except X, where we are Cyborg Queen TV. But we're not on that very much. And I've got somebody who's probably going to be taking over that account. So you won't necessarily be speaking directly to us if you message there. But anyway, so this episode, first, I want to give Rapunzel props for color coordinating his outfit to match the color scheme of the season.
Yeah. Everything's green.
Everything is fucking
Everything's
green. Everything is green. Like, just why is everything green?
A lot of green.
Oh my god, I can't take it.
Everyone looks good.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of green.
I changed the background on our names to green just for this episode. Like, I'll change them up sometimes just for fun, but yeah, I made sure we had green ones because
I love it.
God, what is going on? Like, it just look at this
green.
What is this? What is going on? By the way, while we have this photo up, sorry, audio listeners, it's a photo of Dexter in his apartment looking upward while he's got Gareth on the floor. In this image, his narration is calling attention to the fact that he's hearing that the Kamaras are still going with their party. So this house has this building has this funky thing where it automatically becomes soundproof at sometimes and then non-soundproof at other times.
Depends on where you're standing.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
wild that he murdered someone in that place.
Yeah. That had to have been one of his most satisfying kills.
Oh yeah. He's bragging about being in Mensa.
Oh my god. You know that he just loved it. But
plus the fake out with the drinks. He loved it. He loved it.
Yeah, we all saw that coming.
Yeah.
We know no one is ever outsmarting Dexter ever. It just won't happen.
Not after season 4.
Yeah, exactly, right. But yeah, and he's back from the dead. We find out.
I love this guy.
I am obsessed.
He's so great.
I am obsessed with David Dastmalchian. Dastmalchian.
100%.
I keep mispronouncing his name.
I didn't even take a shot at it.
Yeah. And the only thing I've ever seen him in before this is The Dark Knight.
He's in the James Gunn Suicide Squad. He's awesome in it.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
He's the guy with all the spots.
Yeah. But yeah, I am obsessed with this guy. Seriously.
Love him.
And I need to get us an interview with him because I'm convinced that considering that he was living and working in Chicago during the mid 2000s and he's I think just a few years older than me. I'm convinced we probably hung out at the same places and knew the same people and I need to meet this man and
yeah.
hey, so did I ever bump into you on the dance floor at Neo? But anyway, yeah, no, I'm obsessed with him. It's this whole cast just so great.
It's amazing. Like,
yeah,
the guest cast is so, they go so hard. Like, I love all the Kamaras. I'm obsessed with the whole family.
Yeah.
The entire like serial killers club, so well cast. Yeah.
Angel's death is becoming more and more imminent every episode. And
I feel like it's impossible for him to make it through the season.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're setting it up so that I think they're setting it up for us to be annoyed with him so that it's not as much of a blow when he dies. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
He's such a beloved character. He's such a beloved character, but he's like
he's acting like extra judiciously, and I don't like that. Like, why did you leave your job if you're trying to continue to investigate this lead? Like, you have no authority now.
Yeah. It
take a leave of absence. Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
It doesn't make sense to me, and it really bothers me, like, just in general, that anyone would be obsessing over the Bay Harbor butcher who, like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The only problem that I have with what Dexter does is that he endangers innocent people. He endangers the innocent people around him. Other than that, I mean, the amount of vetting that he does, it's literally
he rarely gets them wrong.
Yeah, it's literally it's literally defending other people. I mean, he's
prevented lives. He's prevented tons of murders.
Yeah. It's just the collateral damage that makes it a problem for me, and it drives me nuts that with, like, especially with, you know, I mean, I'm sure in the fictional world of Dexter, they deal with missing white woman syndrome as well. And here we've got, like, all this time and energy being spent on like prosecuting somebody who is doing a better job than the police.
They said, like, what, Miami's clearance rate was like 20%. To be fair, Dexter is killing all their leads, so it doesn't make it hard to close a case. But
that's true. Just leave him alone. Like,
let him cook.
You know, it does bother me. It does bother me that James Stokes, that's his legacy.
Yeah, I feel bad for his family.
I do too. But at the same time, like, you know that there are probably subreddits in the Dexter world that are devoted to, like, you know, fans of James Stokes, the Bay Harbor butcher. You know,
I mean, Ghost Stokes is at peace. I think we got to just let it go.
Yeah, I agree. He's like, Ghost Stokes is at peace because Ghost Stokes saw all the fucking subreddit comments, and he's like, hey man, I'm a celebrity now. I'm a celebrity ghost. He's getting all his afterlife groupies.
Go on a date with Helen of Troy.
Yeah. Before we get into our MVPs and LVPs, I'm just gonna throw this out here, okay? With all the talk about there's so much talk right now about, like, Leon. We're gonna find out he's like Leon's the Ripper, or we're gonna find out that he's the most evil person. I think where this is all headed is this is gonna be Dexter's new family, and I think Charlie could be Dexter's soulmate.
Yeah, I'd be into that.
She seems to be a female Dexter.
I know, because she doesn't like the serial killers. She's not into it. But how many people has she killed?
Yeah.
Like, she's very comfortable killing people, so I'm sure her count isn't low.
Yeah.
She
She's taking him
destroyed
out.
that guy.
Leon clearly has an obsession with serial killers and collecting trophies. Dexter can't stop killing killers. And I think the three of them are a trio made in heaven. Like, if once they realize that he's the butcher, which I think Charlie already knows, but whether she's filled Leon in or not, I don't know. But once they realize that he's the butcher, I think they are going to be elated. And I think that they're going to propose a partnership to Dexter, where they keep having this little serial killers club, and they get together and have dinners, and Dexter's prey comes to him. He doesn't even need to vet people anymore. He's got security. He's got extra security, and Charlie.
I was surprised he even took the time to vet Gareth. Like, he's on the top of the FBI's most wanted list. He's vetted, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he so much as vetted him as I think he was just kind of curious,
Yeah.
Apparently Gareth must be from Kansas, because I was looking at Dexter's phone screen when he was looking it up, and all the murders took place in Kansas, so that seems to be where he's from. But yeah, I think what I think will happen is I think that we're gonna see Dexter and Charlie and Leon become this happy little family, along with and we'll see how Harrison fits in. Harrison is gonna kill again before the end of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
probably
the difference between him and Dexter. Like, yeah, he has a conscience, which is why he could never plan kills like that. But his problem, Harrison's actually more dangerous in a way, because it just like he basically blacks out.
Yeah.
And just like it's a totally impulsive thing. It's an impulsive rage thing, and that's that's going to happen again.
I thought it did, but then I was like, "Oh, how are they going to deal with this?"
Right? I know.
I'm glad it was a fake out, but
he just killed Bobby Bacala. I mean, Bobby Bacala was an asshole in this episode, but I do not like
murder.
I do not like Bobby Bacala
being guy around.
I don't like him being an asshole in this episode.
He's such a jerk too.
I know he is. Can we appreciate Gareth's fit here?
Yes, that shirt.
Yeah, the shirt, the jacket, like it's all working. I like his hair. He's a styling dude. Gareth might be the most stylish character in the history of Dexter.
Definitely for dudes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm liking it here. I'm liking this fit. All right, should we go into our LVPs and MVPs?
Let's do it.
All right. Who's your LVP for this?
My LVP is Vinny the landlord. He's like literally a cartoon monster. Like,
yeah,
it's a bit much, but like, what a dick. Like,
right?
You're causing this kid to have asthma. He's like, fuck that kid. I got businesses to manage. Like,
yeah.
Not cool, bro.
No.
I'm excited to see him get his comeuppance.
Yeah, he definitely belongs on the kill table. For sure.
The Morgans are not going to let him just kick these innocent tenants around.
No, not at all. By the way, and I have to disclaim this, because I don't want you to get mad at me when I bring this up, because that I like, where were you a month ago or however long ago, and when you were having problems? But I have an excellent track record. at scaring the fuck out of shitty landlords.
That's great.
I have, because basically what happened is my very first apartment, when I moved to the city of Chicago from the suburbs, my very first apartment, I kind of bit off a little more than I could chew. And I realized I couldn't, after a few months, I couldn't afford it. And so I found somebody I knew who needed a roommate. And I thought, like, oh, okay, I'll just break my lease. And then I realized, I was young and stupid, and like, I realized you can't do that. And I called the property management company, and they were being like, I was asking what my options were, and they were like being they're kind of trying to exploit the situation.
Ugh.
And
it would be so much easier just to let you out and move in someone who could pay. Like,
right?
I bully a kid because you're monsters.
Yeah. So I mentioned
landlords.
Right.
I think they're great.
Yeah. I've had great landlords, actually. I've had 2 amazing landlords who were fucking cool as hell. But I've had some fucking horrible ones. And
my current landlords are really nice. I don't want to say that. My current landlords are lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely people.
Good. I mean, if I won't go into the story about how I found our last apartment in the city. But I mean, it's like the story makes my landlord sound too good to be true. I mean, the guy was a total gem. I mean, he was basically like, everybody who would want him as their dad.
Oh, I love that.
But anyway, so I was complaining to somebody at work about the situation, and they told me about the Illinois Tenants Union. So I gave them a call, and they explained to me how they work. And I was so fascinated by it. And it wasn't cheap, because they have to fund their services, I think it was like, I think I had to pay like half a month's rent or something. But they were able to get me out of my lease.
Oh, that's awesome.
And get my full security deposit back. But I know it's different in every state. The laws work different in every state. But if you have a shitty landlord who is like in this situation, I had a situation just like this, where we had we had terrible storms. Like FEMA was involved, and
oh no,
we had the tiniest little crack in the wall from water damage. I called immediately. I kept calling. They would not return my calls. It got to the point where all of the plaster on the wall was gone. There was black mold. Like,
that's so scary.
I got the worst case of bronchitis I ever had in my life. I thought I was dying.
Black mold will ruin your respiratory system.
Yeah.
Some people never recover.
It was fucking terrible. My dog got sick. Fortunately, he was okay. But guys, be careful. If you have a situation like this, do not. Harrison does not know what he's talking about. His heart was in the right place. Do not withhold rent.
Yeah, no.
Do not pay your rent if you can. Do not withhold rent. I don't care if they're not responsive. Them not responding to you while you continue to pay rent just helps your case.
Yep.
Don't ever stop paying rent. Because they will, I've I had two really bad situations, and in both cases, I read through the handbook, the Illinois landlord tenants guide, practically memorized the whole handbook. And I had in both situations, I had these landlord scared shitless, and I got my entire security deposit back plus extra.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't.
You love a win.
Yeah, please familiarize yourself with landlord-tenant laws, because almost everybody goes through a situation like this at least once.
I just found out we are owed money from our last place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, please don't withhold rent. Because that can end up really screwing you over. You want to fuck the shitty landlord over. You don't want to screw yourself over. And please don't stab your landlord in the eye with a fork. But you can fantasize about doing it.
Good plan.
Yeah. You can fantasize about doing it. That's okay. You can definitely do that. I enjoyed, though. I hated seeing poor adorable little Dante in his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pajamas having to use the respirator. But
yeah,
it was so relatable.
So cute.
He is so cute. But yeah, it was super relatable because I was like, oh, that's what I have to do before every episode. My LVP. You know what? Since you already went with him, I'm gonna go be a little controversial here, and I'm gonna go with Angel, who just needs to stay his ass in Miami.
That was my second pick, honestly. I don't like where this is going at all.
No.
You gave up your power to do anything to Dexter.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna get hired by the New York Police Department, you need to sit the fuck down.
Yes. Keep your ass in Miami, dude.
Not a good plan, Angel. I don't like it.
Yeah. Just stay there.
It's weird because he was so 100% on Dexter's side in the original series. Anytime anyone cast doubt on Dexter, he shut it down hard. And now he's convinced. I mean, I get it. If the pieces fit together, it makes sense. But
the finale, he was kind of in a weird position in the finale, in the original series finale, because he and Quinn saw him kill Saxon.
Yeah.
On camera.
I mean, Dexter was so chill about killing people at that point. He just killed them right. That was wild.
But and this is why I thought one of the most popular fan theories about Dexter is that Quinn knows everything about Dexter. I mean, it's a theory that makes sense. It's a good theory because he was having him investigated, and then backed off, and Dexter deliberately botched the blood report when Liddy died to get him off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think there were lots of clues along the way. I get it now. There were lots of clues along the way that he kind of knew, but he was willing to look the other way because Dexter did him a solid.
Yeah.
And he probably didn't really have a problem with what Dexter was doing.
Can you blame him?
Yeah. But yeah, but in the finale, it was interesting because Quinn was almost immediately, it was clearly self-defense. And Angel's like, how the fuck are we going to explain this? And Quinn's like, clearly self-defense. I don't know.
No questions.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Angel, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, man. This is probably, I get it. I think it's probably all about Maria and Dokes.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I would like to see Dokes' name get cleared. That does bother me, but like, what are you gonna do? Black people are just thrown in jail for stuff they didn't do every day.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure like he probably, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think if he really believes that Dexter was responsible for Maria's death, I can totally see why he can't let that go.
Yeah.
It's not about him being the Bay Harbor butcher. It's a personal thing for him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I get that. But like, dude, nobody cares. Literally, nobody cares. He could have all the evidence in the world. He could have a video of Dexter like chopping up the bodies. Nobody cares.
Nobody's trying to rehash it.
Yeah.
Right, you ready for MVP?
Yeah, who's your MVP this week?
My MVP this episode is Blessing again, because I debated back and forth between putting him in the first place for my top 5 too, but that speech about being a child soldier is some of the best acting in the entire Dexter universe.
Yes.
I cried the first time I watched it. I got misty watching it back again to do the notes. Like, what an actor. What like performance he gives on the show. Like, the difference between episode 1 Blessing and Blessing now, who's just lost his mother, is like such a great, like, nuanced, beautiful performance as an actor, and I'm just obsessed with him. He's my favorite character on the show right now. My MVP. I'm trying not to make him my MVP every episode, but yeah, Blessing 100% for this one for sure.
Yeah, I hear ya. I also would like to. I don't even know if I would give Blessing my St. Rita award as much as I would just give it to Ntare for his acting. But since you went with Blessing, like everything, I mean, just like that little 5-second scene with him where he starts trying to talk about his mother at the wake, and then he just shuts down. And like, I mean, it was so incredible.
Him putting his anger on his son-in-law, like, I get it. Like, him like trying to hold back his anger, and he's like, voice is getting all tight and high, and he's like throwing things. Like, his performance is such like a tour de force. I'm all about it.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Add him to every show.
But yeah, since you already covered that, I am going to give even though he fucked up and it did something that I just ranted about doing, I'm I'm gonna give the St. Rita award to Harrison for I mean, not only for like defending Elsa and Dante by like going off on the landlord on Bobby Bakla. But also like I thought it was so amazing how I loved him bringing Dexter
the outfit,
the suit, and then he finds it like, and then he's in a suit too, and he was just like, and Dexter's like, "You're gonna come with?" He's like, I'm not gonna let you do it alone.
I added a number 6 to my top 5 because I think Jack's performance as Harrison is just so incredible. He's got like his eyes, dude. Like, he's just got this vulnerability and this like sweetness and just everything that I am convinced he is Harrison Morgan. Like, it's just such good casting. He's such a stellar actor. And like, while I felt like Blessing's moment stood out more for me in this episode, and really just, I was transfixed by that monologue. I've been thinking about it every day since I watched the episode for the first time. But
Yeah.
Jack really is such a great actor. And I wanted to like just like call it out because he kills it in every episode. Especially like looking at the pamphlet for college and like just having his eyes well up with tears, like been there. Like,
yeah.
He's so like simultaneously relatable and like completely foreign and a new character at the same time. And I just really love what he's doing on screen right now.
Same. I actually have in my notes
number 6.
Yeah. I have in my notes for like it, you know, I just jot down anything, all of my talking points, and then kind of like pull my top and bottom 5 from there. And one of my notes was in all caps, protect Jack Alcott at all costs.
Seriously.
With like 6 exclamation marks.
I am so excited to see where his career goes from here, because what an actor. Yeah. And like perfectly cast to play like the youngest generation of Morgan in the show. Loving it.
Absolutely.
Loving him.
I am too. One thing before we go into the top and bottom 5s, one thing I have it like in my other section. There are a few things that I wanted to bring up. The first thing, so I found this interesting. So Dexter says to Harrison when he comes over with the suit, he says, "You're a lifesaver." And then later on, when Elsa calls Harrison to ask him to babysit for Dante, she also tells him, "You're a lifesaver." I thought that was really interesting because that was clearly a deliberate choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what that means exactly. If that's like supposed to be them, you know, trying to say this is who Harrison really is, and like he saved Shauna's life and she may have died. She may have died that night if he didn't step in, or like he's going to save someone in the future, or he may kill someone in the future, which I think he will. But yeah, so I just found that interesting. The other thing, and I've been driving you nuts with this in messages, but so at the funeral, this guy Marvin, who was one of the people who spoke, like he mentioned that Prudence came into his life after he lost his wife to cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so both Dexter and Harrison's adoptive mothers died from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie's mother has cancer. Charlie, who, by the way, Charlie is not her first name.
I don't think it is.
No, because her mother's name is Mildred Brown, and she could have her dad's last name, but I'm betting, like, her mom could have a different name, but I'm betting that her last name is Brown, and that's why she uses Charlie as an alias, because it's kind of funny, you know?
I like that.
Yeah, but but yeah, Charlie's mom has cancer. Prudence had cancer. And Marvin's wife.
Margot Martindale's character from the original series, did she have cancer? The key lime pie lady?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she had lung cancer. She died from lung cancer.
Women be dying in the Dexter universe. That's what they do.
Yeah. I mean, her husband also. Her husband also died from lung cancer. They both died from lung cancer. But I am just wondering, like, this is happening a lot in a very short period of time. And I'm wondering if they might actually be going somewhere with this. Like, obviously Hannah was in Argentina and Doris died, decades ago. But what if there's a new serial killer that we don't know about who is basically killing people Saw style? And when I say Saw style, I don't mean like, these elaborate contraptions, but I mean like how John Kramer
giving them all radium water bottles.
Yeah. But yeah, like John Kramer basically died because of a horrible chart mix up. And so they didn't diagnose his cancer in time because they mixed up the charts. What if there's a serial killer that we don't yet know about who's doing something like this?
That would be
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a thought. It may be me just like, it may be me overthinking it, but so the other thing that I wanted to bring up was just a cool story. So Dexter, when Gemini was in Dexter's apartment, Dexter toasted to meeting your heroes. And I thought that was kind of cool because I've heard David S. Malshin talking in interviews about how he was just like so geeked out to be working on Dexter with Michael C. Hall.
He's obviously such a student of the show. Like like all of his interviews, he knows everything.
So what was your number 5 on your 5 bottoms?
Okay, my number 5 is Gemini's denial that he was inspired by the Zodiac killer. Bro, come on. Zodiac's an amateur. Like, is it the same Zodiac from our universe that
right?
Like, okay, get real.
Yeah.
He's like famously a brilliant serial killer. Like, come on.
Yeah, seriously.
Admit it. I don't want to criticize his performance at all because he's amazing, but just that moment, I was like, get out of here. You're gonna say that The Dark Passenger is inspired by your killings, but no influence of the Zodiac to be had on you. Period. No.
Right?
Couldn't be. Like,
oh my god. Seriously.
#narcissism.
So my number 5, Blessing's house, has this weird function where it like it goes soundproof with like the flip of a switch, but it flips its switch itself and it just goes on and off and like
magic split level.
Yeah, because Dexter was telling Harrison, oh, this is going to be super sad. Like he wouldn't be able, like they wouldn't be hearing all of the noise.
You can't hear that. Yeah, from the outside, there's like 50 people in there.
Yeah, okay. That was great. They walked in and Harrison was like, so sad.
Everyone's just like cha-cha sliding. Like,
yeah. Oh my god. I did not know, by the way, that you could actually have funerals in your home with the body of the deceased.
Yeah. It's weird.
I did not know that. There's a couple of states I think where you can't, but it's legal in most states. And
it is.
You can even bury them.
Yeah.
You can even bury them in your backyard
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I did not know that. But yeah, so that was my number 5. We get a little nitpicky around here, we like to be not so serious all the time. So what was your number 4 bottom?
I gave them all nicknames and now I can't remember what this was supposed to be. I think it was just how obvious the switcheroo was going to be. Oh no, it was sorry, it's number 4. I put Ice Ice Baby, and it is because as much as I loved everything about Blessing, it made me so sad to see him pick on Sam and like take his hurt and anger. Sam is so sweet and like obviously just loves the family and loves his daughter so much, and like he knew that it wasn't about him, and like, but it obviously hurt his feelings, and it just like made me sad. I don't like seeing him be mean to Sam, and it hurt, you know, it hurts Joy's feelings. I love that. I'm so attached to that family. I want them to be my own.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It's funny you said Ice Ice Baby, and the first thing that popped into my head was the guy from Original Sin in the shower singing Ice Ice Baby. when the cops busted him and grabbed him.
He had too much ice and acted like a baby. That was the point.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, Original Sin, since I brought it up, so we've now had someone correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I don't think there have been more than 2. I think we've just had 2 now actors from The Sopranos in the Dexterverse, because we had, did you get to, I know you're still watching Original Sin, did you get to Mad Dog yet?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Joey Pants is
nice.
And he's great. He's in an episode. I love Joey Pants. He's in an episode of Dexter, and he's fantastic.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I love that guy so much. He's such a great actor. But yeah, I think that's like, and then of course, why am I forgetting Bobby Bacala's name suddenly? I can't remember now.
I'm so bad at names.
Begins with an S. Totally forgetting his name. Anyway. Yeah, so we're on 4, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 3. I'm on 3.
Okay.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is the fucking radio DJ saying the men of New York
are safe
tonight. Like, are you saying all like, okay, everybody thinks that Lady Vengeance is just killing date rapists, right?
Right?
Like, are you saying that all the men of New York are date rapists? Or like, what are you saying here, buddy?
Strong argument, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
How often do they announce serial killer deaths over the radio?
I don't know.
That is peak convenient listening.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, like, I don't remember, but I'm sure it was a big deal when Dahmer died. Like, I don't know.
Coming up next, Jeffrey Dahmer, he died. Like, it's just weird. Like, I've never heard them announce someone's death on the radio.
Right? So what's your number 3, Bottom?
My number 3 is the convenience of Gareth walking into Dexter's house. It's for someone who was bitching about how Mia was so stupid to get caught, and like, she's gonna throw me under the bus because she's a stupid girl and she got caught, like, bragging about how smart he is. I'm number 1 in college. I'm number 1 in Mensa. I'm number 1 in the FBI. Like, bitching, but you just knew this guy is an active serial killer and was stalking you and just walked into his house with no defense and no backup and no plan.
Yeah.
And we find out he has backup, like, permanently. He has a twin. Why wouldn't he be like, hey, I'm headed in to the guy, you know, like, if I don't call you back in 20 minutes, come after me or something. Like,
right?
Nothing. It's like, I know the series is guilty of like making things a little too convenient sometimes, but that was like, come on. He's too smart for that.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. My number 3 is why is rder always wearing the same goddamn outfit? I mean, it's not literally the same outfit, okay? It's you see he's wearing different textures, but it's always the same color.
It's
And
like Doug's closet when he opens the closet and it's all the same
yes,
outfit. Yeah.
yes. It's, I mean, we saw that like the jackets sometimes are different textures and they're different materials, but it's always this matching cream colored suit with a banded collar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's going on here? Like, oh, what's the deal, bro? Why are you? Is this like a Mark Zuckerberg thing where like, you have to wear the same thing every day so that it's one less thing to think about so that you can
That's got to
occupy
be
your
it.
mind with serial killers?
It has to be. It's just too much work to pick colors and patterns.
Yeah, he has to spend that extra time thinking about serial killers.
That's why we're not rich. That's how that works.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's analysis paralysis. He just has so much money that like he can afford all the clothes in the world, and so he's like, yeah, just give me an outfit and just make it in a bunch of different like materials, and that'll just be my wardrobe. Oh my god.
My number 2 is them saying that they shouldn't allow girls in the serial killers club.
Right?
Are you kidding me? There's already barely any female serial killers, okay? Like, it's already hard pressed to find them. You're just gonna not let them get out of here. Get out of here with your misogyny.
Right.
Ew.
Yeah, I
maybe he's right. Ugh.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, Gareth, no girls allowed, Gemini. That cracked me up. I thought that was so funny. So
no rules.
So my next one is just sick of Wallace and Batista obsessing over a date rapist. Over the murder of a date rapist.
He's a terrible person.
Yeah.
Like,
who cares?
You've got a name. End it. Like, that's what the police do. Like,
yeah. Angela had it right. Angela came to her senses when she spent her whole career trying to find these missing women, and was like zeroed in on bringing Dexter to justice, and then saw that fucking horrendous, terrifying trophy living, dead girls trophy, like the actual preserved bodies of these dead women on Kurt Caldwell's property, and was just like, yeah, Dexter's not really that important to me anymore.
He's at least doing the right thing.
Yeah, he took the creep out who did this. I'll let him go. Why don't stop obsessing over a date rapist? There's probably like 50 Black women and girls and trans women whose cases are not getting paid attention to.
Exactly.
Nobody cares.
Even if you find new information, your department is not going to reopen a closed case. Period. They're not going to. They're not going to admit that they said something that was wrong and reopen and re-examine a case that's already been closed. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I know it's TV, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Mia murdering Ryan is just, it solves everybody's problems, and that's how it should stay.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it fucking go. Who fucking cares? What is your problem, Claudette? Seriously. It's not even really Wallace. It's not even really Wallace obsessing over it. Wallace is it's really just I mean Oliva. It's not Oliva's not really. It's
is
just
not
Wallace.
obsessing. He's got the cop attitude. Like he's like, it's closed, it's over. Like, she's adapting as a killer. She hit him, she had to improvise. Like, he's coming up with excuses to cover the closed case. That's what they do.
Yeah, like Claudette has like 50 cases sitting on her desk of unsolved murders of Black trans women and girls, and
You gotta make sure we get justice for the date rapist.
yes. Oh my god.
Get out of here.
I should have made that my number one, but my number one, I'm pretty fucking angry about my number one. So
my number one is fridging Mia.
Yeah.
Why?
Is it really a fridging though? Like,
she's dead.
Yeah.
I knew once Dexter found out she didn't have a code that she wasn't going to make it. Like, okay, I can accept that. But he didn't even kill her. Like, I was hoping maybe she'd get like a redemption arc. Maybe she'd, she's in jail, so she just disappears for the rest of this season and shows up later next season or something. But like, I loved Mia. I thought Kristen Ritter was amazing. I wanted to see more of her character. And it's like, I don't know. They kill off every female character that comes in contact with these people. I was hoping to get more of her, especially as a female serial killer. Like, that's super rare to begin with. Like, it was just, I thought she was super interesting, and I was really disappointed that they closed the book on her character.
Yeah, and at least like, it at least. Well, okay, but let's say they kept her around, and it turned into another Hannah situation, and she tried to kill Harrison.
Ooh, I would not like that.
I think the fandom would riot at that point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I will never forgive them for Hannah trying to kill Deb twice, and Dexter just being like, "Well, she's pretty.
She's so hot. Did you see her belly button? I can't.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Hannah never should have happened, ever. Love Yvonne Strahovski. Hannah never should have happened. But so my number one, it's not easy being green, which is exactly what this show is. Why is everything so green? Just why?
Green.
Why?
Even Blessing's eyes are green. Like,
God.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't take it.
It's just weird.
And yeah, Eric Stone Street matches the color scheme. Like, why? Like, look at David Dastmalchian in his nice purple shirt. Like,
I would like to see some more diversity in lighting on the show.
I feel like I'm watching a really, really fucked up 80s hospital themed telenovela.
I can see it. Yeah.
But that said, I do want to say something. I do want to say a little something about the lighting in Dexter's apartment. Now, Dexter is the star. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know why StreamYard is not letting me why are they not letting me show any? Yeah, they're not letting me bring up certain pictures. So Dexter's the star. So it would make sense that they would have him standing in the more well-lit area of the apartment.
Yeah.
But I find it interesting that I can't get to the picture of Gemini, but like, Blessing is sitting here. Everyone who sits in this seat at the table is kind
Blends
of in
into
the
the background.
shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that interesting, and I'm wondering if that's like a deliberate thing. But I
Oh.
also found this kind of interesting. Like we get Blessing's tragic story of being a child soldier, and then on his way out, we've got like this shot of him standing in front of the lamp, and he's like half lit and then half in the shadows.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how deliberate that is, because I found it rather interesting.
The wallpaper in that apartment is beautiful.
That is, yeah.
I really like that one in the bathroom.
I can't deal with the one in the bathroom. I'm not a big fan of Art Deco patterns.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I can deal with this is more like Art Nouveau, which I love.
Yeah.
I love Art Nouveau. I'm not an Art Deco fan, and that's the
It's very Art Deco in the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it
I
really
like
is.
it. I get it. You ready to do the tops?
Yes.
I already said I snuck in a 6, and that's Jack Alcott's performance. So I spoke at length about that already. My number 5 is Guess for the Last Bookstore. I mentioned in the original Dexter how impressed I was with the lengths that they went to make it look like Miami. They never went to any until probably the first 4 seasons, they never went anywhere that I recognized in Los Angeles. And they shot outdoors all the time.
Yeah.
And then
other than the Pink Motel.
Yeah, they gave up on that after a bit. There was the opening of season 8 is season. They're just at Silver Park. They're at Silver Lake. They're at Echo Park Lake, which is one of the most famous places in Los Angeles. But Last Bookstore is the most famous bookstore in Los Angeles, and it is it's so iconic. It has that big book tunnel that they go through. It's all over Instagram. It's in every guide to Los Angeles. Yeah. It's a beautiful place to visit. I thought it was really silly that they were pretending it was New York, because it's anyone in Los Angeles would immediately be able to identify that place. But I was happy to see it because it's beautiful. So that's my number 5.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember Pamela talking about that a lot with Dexter, how she would constantly point things out. She's like, yeah, that I know exactly where that house is. That's 3 blocks from me.
Yeah. They were really good about it in the early seasons. I was I almost thought it was Miami for a bit, but then they stopped.
Bummer. So
what's your number 5?
My number 5 is I'm putting the music in here again, because God, there are a lot of really good ones. I might make the music a bonus, since you did a bonus. I'll do a bonus too. So my number 6 is the music. I've never been the music is great.
Yeah.
For this show. They're killing it with music. I've never been a Suzanne Vega fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's I never got into her. I never really particularly loved the song Blood Makes Noise or anything. But it was such a cool moment for me hearing that song, because I forgot it existed. And it was such a moment of nostalgia for me. So I love when stuff like that happens.
They have great needle drops in this season.
Yeah. Yeah, they really do.
And it wasn't really like a feature of the original series. Like,
not at all.
Yeah.
They kind of had like a score, and then they had like, I swear they had a handful of songs, like Spanish language songs that they kind of recycled many times. There's one song in particular that shows up in both the original series and in Original Sin, like between the two of them, like 4 times.
Yeah. I'm digging it. I'm loving the music.
Yeah. And it's one of, I think anyone listening or watching who's a huge Dexter fan probably knows what song I'm talking about. It's Anton's band was playing it in one of the episodes, and that song has been used so many times. But yeah, they're killing it with music. Finally, they're really going all out with the budget.
My number 4 is right here, Dexter's cat choice.
Yes.
What a weird pick. Like, the cats that she has are so cute. They're all over the place. I was looking at them in the episode, like, in the previous episodes once they did this. Like, there's so many cute little, like, adorable statues to choose from, and he picked the weirdest, like, smuggest, flattest faced cat. It just gives Dexter vibes so hard. I love that cat. If the props from the show ever go on sale, I'm probably going to try to find it.
I love it too. I love that he said if it were a dog, it would be barking at him.
Right? It's just so like funny. Staring at him like an awkward potato.
Oh, by the way, the other music note that I had that I forgot to mention, Dead Weather. Love Dead Weather. So I was really happy to get Dead Weather song in here. Yeah, that cat was great. That's actually going to be my next one. Can you, since I can't scroll up for some reason, can you try to bring up the picture with the food, with the table full of the food? It should be.
Got it.
So I loved that the 2 cats that were on the table with the food, one of them was scratching itself and the other was like, it was stretching with its butt in the air. I just thought that was hilarious.
It's a good choice.
Because like, if they were real cats, it'd be kind of gross. You know?
Yes, absolutely. But since they're ceramic, it's kind of cute.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny.
Definitely.
It was clever.
Continuing on that motif, my number 3 is just the idea of the cat party. I loved that. I collect ceramic owls. I collect owls of all materials.
Are you Elgin's grandmother?
They are. Yes. I told you that when that came up. I was like, I also have owl tattoos on either shoulder.
Oh, wow.
But I want to steal that idea for my funeral. I love that idea. It's such a great way to like have a piece of that person to take with you, and like what a beautiful thing to like have as a tribute. Like, I loved that. Loved the scene.
I like that too.
Loved the stories. Like, that whole scene was great.
Yeah, I like it too. And I love that it was probably Constance's idea, and she was like, we got to come up with a way. We got to come up with a way to get these cats out of the house without like being insensitive.
Yeah. Everything in my house that can be shaped like an owl is.
That's so funny. I love it. I keep saying that if I ever just become an overnight gazillionaire, I'm gonna be like that, but with Falcor. I'm gonna have Falcor everything. I'm gonna have a car that looks like Falcor. Yeah. I'm gonna have a motorcycle that looks like Falcor, so it can look like I'm riding on Falcor. I'm gonna have a bed that looks like Falcor.
We went to the. Have you ever you familiar with Funko Pops? You have a bunch of them in the background.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them in the background.
There's a Funko store in Hollywood where they have like life-size ones, and they have a life-size version of Drogon the dragon from Game of Thrones, and I have a picture doing full like Falcor riding that dragon.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love Neverending Story. This is so good.
I do too. I always say, like, you know, there's so much fighting in fandoms, and it's all like so much of it like there's so much unnecessary fighting in fandoms that basically just stems from people not being tolerant of the idea that their favorite characters are not everybody's favorite characters. And all of that could be solved so easily if everyone could just admit that the best character of all time is Falcor, and that's it.
Period. No need to fight.
Yeah, there's no need to fight. There's a correct answer. It's the best character ever is Falcor. Period. End of story.
It's a
dragon and a dog.
He winks.
Yes.
I love Falcor.
Just
he's
seriously
glittery. Everything is good about Falcor. There's nothing. No notes.
Perfect.
What's your number three?
If you hate Falcor, I need your address because I'm going to come over to your house
now
and have a talk with
X.
you. I'm going to make your life hell.
Mail you a bag of cat litter every day.
Yes.
For the rest of my life. What's your number three?
My number three, Rapunzel. I just the corny tourist t-shirt and the fanny pack.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
We're going on a whirly bird.
I love him. All of these serial killers, if you haven't noticed, are complete and total stereotypes. Like they're caricatures. Yeah. You know, Al is the Midwest family guy.
He's there. He's Josh Duggar. Like the picture of his family looks exactly like the Duggar family picture. And I don't want to get ahead of myself. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
He's Josh
Duggar.
I
mean, just total cornball. Lowell is like the stereotypical sleazebag. Mia is like the stereotypical femme fatale.
Mm-hmm.
And Gareth is the stereotypical like creepy goth dude.
100%.
Yeah, they're
Alice
all
so funny. I love Eric Stone Street.
Yeah,
it's nice to see him in a different role too.
Yeah. It's he's so good in this. Yeah, I loved his. Oh God, yeah, his New York show, and the way he just like grabbed for the money so quickly was hilarious.
Oh my God, he's like stuffing it in his fanny pack. I loved that. I thought it was so funny.
Oh Lord, so great.
I had such a hard time picking 1 and 2 and where I was going to put them, and it ultimately came down to my personal feelings. But my number 2, especially just for like what it means in the series, is 3 Generations of Morgan right here.
Yeah,
it's crazy how much Michael C. Hall is starting to look like James Remar.
Yeah.
I don't love Ghost Harry, but I love James Remar. He's so great.
Yeah.
I wish they did a different way to keep him on the show other than literally being Jiminy Cricket, but yeah.
I like him as Ghost Harry a lot more than Richard Wright.
Yeah. Definitely. That this like what a beautiful image.
Yeah.
Like I loved that moment. It gave me feels. Yeah, and I'm new to the world even. But yeah,
no, it was great. I think that's gonna be the thumbnail for this week. Yeah, you know, I know you don't love Ghost Harry, but a lot of other people don't love Ghost Harry, but I like Ghost Harry. No offense to Christian Slater, because Christian Slater's doing a great job, but I like Ghost Harry a lot better than Alive Harry.
Yeah.
Like world's worst father.
So, in the world of the show, is Ghost Harry a hallucination or is he actually a ghost?
I mean,
Is it just Dexter's mind telling him what he needs to hear, or is he actually a ghost? Like, 'cause I don't. Is it like a supernatural element, or
no?
Are they going that way?
It's just his conscience.
Okay, that's what I assumed, but you can't be sure. It's TV. It could be a legitimate ghost.
Yeah, for sure. Harry Morgan was seriously like the world's worst father.
Yeah. You ever think about giving your kid therapy instead of teaching him to murder? Maybe just trying therapy out first instead of hopping straight to murder.
He finds out one of his kids, he finds out his 16-year-old daughter has run off with some like 25-year-old dude, and he just goes to work. Another, like, his first child dies. Sorry, spoilers. I should have given no spoiler alert if anybody hasn't watched Original Sin. Like his first child dies because he's just not paying attention to him.
Jeez.
And he raises his son to be a serial killer. And
it's the first thing he tries.
Yeah.
He doesn't try anything else first.
He sleeps with all of his CIs.
Yeah.
And he like basically gets their mom killed because he fucks
I keep saying, like, I'm waiting for another like secret Morgan to pop up because he had so many extramarital affairs.
Yeah.
It would make sense for there to be another kid out there he doesn't even know about.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it would. And I mean, like, Roe, I mean, it was pre Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
So, like, but
what's your number 2?
My number 2. Oh, wait, I did an extra one. So this is actually going to be my number 3. So my number 3, it was actually going to be that scene with like all 3 of the Morgans.
Mm-hmm.
But you already went with that. So I'm like, I really, I get obsessed with my own theories. So like, my cognitive bias goes into overtime, and I'm like, it's a bad habit. This is the only time when my cognitive bias gets out of control. Like usually I don't have that problem at all. But when I have a theory, like everything is a clue. And I liked Harrison pointing out when they got to the wake. I liked Harrison calling attention to the fact that Dexter fits in so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And because it just kind of plays into my theory about like his new family with Charlie and Leon.
I mean, that family loves him. He calls him gentle. Like,
yeah,
I want him to stay with him forever.
Yeah. I want Blessing to find out about him and be okay with it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was like, he's like, can you imagine killing a person? He's like, one person? No.
Yeah, right?
This is crazy.
Yeah. So my number 2, Ntari Guma Bahomwine's acting in this episode. Just freaking brilliant. Like
unbelievable.
So good. I love this man so much, and I hope that he's around for the long haul, because he's just such a beautiful performance. And it was like he really just got you to hang on his every word, you know?
Yes. 100%. Could not
And
agree more.
like what I loved the parallels too in his monologue, like him talking about how she found and rescued him on his birthday, which just reminded me of, like, you know, Dexter being born in blood on October
Yes.
3rd. And like him mentioning that he wasn't unique. There were tons of child soldiers,
Yes.
but they didn't have prudence. You know, kind of like he didn't,
Yeah.
like he had Harry, like Brian didn't have Harry. And Brian Moser is seriously one of the most fascinating TV characters, because he's a serial killer who you can't help but feel terrible for.
Yeah, I definitely empathize. Like,
Yeah.
he had a terrible start, you know?
Yeah. And I liked the bit about, you know, his mom saying never bring the darkness into your home. Like, what exactly does that say about
Right?
Carrie and Harrison? And but it was like what he was saying about his mother was kind of paralleling, you know, Dexter having Harry and having that privilege, but there were also parallels to Dexter needing Harrison in his life.
Yeah.
I think Harrison is more like the parent in their situation. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Yeah, for
He tried to
sure.
wear a hoodie to a funeral.
A hoodie that like would have horrifically triggered Chike.
Yes.
Yeah. That hoodie tried to murder Chike, and you're just gonna walk right
Exactly.
up to him wearing it.
Crazy.
Yeah, seriously. After Chike already told him that he looked like him.
When when Blessing comes out and he's like tells him that his mother died, and he's like, well, death comes for us all.
I know.
It's like so awkward.
I know.
Ugh, what a guy. Like,
Yeah.
he needs Harrison so bad.
Dexter's reactions are Dexter's like understated reactions are so funny to me. Like, I keep wanting to make an edit where it's just a bunch of clips of somebody calling him out on something, or telling him really bad news, and he just goes, "Oh." Yeah. Um so what wait, was this
My number one is Blessing's story, which
Yeah.
we've already discussed at length, but I can't overstate how, like, in drawing attention to the child soldier crisis, like I like the topics that they're discussing in this series. Like, no, when do you hear that in a TV show? Like, I don't ever think I've seen another character on a TV show whose backstory was being a child soldier.
Yeah.
It's just like fascinating, and tenants' rights and black mold. Like, you're just covering a lot of bases on this show, and I love it. But yeah, that performance is like I will remember it forever. Like, it's sets a bar for me for acting, and
Yeah, it really does.
I cannot praise it enough. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since I saw it, and it's one of my favorite moments in the entire Dexter universe up to this point. So yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
Loving Blessing Kamara.
Yes. Absolutely. So my number one is just okay. I have always said that I have never seen two actors in my entire life that can come close to the chemistry that Norman Reedus and Melissa McBride have. It's like nothing else I have ever seen. And I finally found a duo that could actually rival them. And it's like I can't get enough of Dexter and Harrison. Michael C. Hall and Jack Alcott. I mean, they're both such great actors, but they have such amazing chemistry.
Absolutely.
But I can't get enough. Just I want it all. I want fighting, I want funny moments, I want emotional moments. I just want it all. And it's funny because, like, as somebody who's been obsessed with Dexter for so many years, like, I do truly believe that he really loved Rita. And loved Deborah in a sisterly way, in a sibling way. And, and maybe even loved Hannah. But you really see a difference with him, with Harrison. And
I think he loved Rita. I do too. Yeah.
But he's so different with Harrison in a way that he's never been with anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so believable. I honestly think Michael C. Hall does some of his best acting with
100%
with Harrison.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just, this is, I'm so glad they found Jack Alcott, because, like, this, I never imagined. I mean, Original Sin came and went, and I still was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'm not going to ever cover Dexter. And suddenly I'm completely immersed in the Dexterverse again, which I swore I just wanted to bury 6 feet deep. And, like, I'm so on board now. And I think I really, honestly, I mean, the storytelling is great.
Yeah.
But I think
this is some of the best stuff they've done.
Yeah. But honestly, I think Jack Alcott has really been a huge factor in the Dexterverse being saved. Because it's just his acting and his charisma and his chemistry with Michael C. Hall. And just, like, the way it's elevated Michael C. Hall's acting, which didn't need to be elevated, but the way it has, it's just unbelievable. I can't say enough about it. It's just perfect. And we know he's going to kill again. I mean,
I think so. Yeah.
Because he can't stop it.
I don't want that for him. He's a sweet little baby, but it's probably coming.
James Remar said something very interesting in an interview that you and I both watched, where it was in the scene where he killed Ryan. Like, it was still kind of creeping up on him, and he wasn't, like, he was just kind of fighting with him at that point. And then he looks over at Shauna, and he just sees this helpless blonde woman laying on the bed. And that's kind of when he snapped, and it was like he was being reminded of his mother.
Yeah.
And that makes me think that that could be a trigger for him, and that's why he was able to stop himself before he killed the landlord.
Yeah. That's a good point.
yeah, we may get, you know, kind of like Dexter always had a thing about kids.
Yeah.
Because of what happened to him as a child and the trauma that he experienced. And like that was a huge trigger for him. And I think this is Harrison's trigger. Because he spent his entire life up to this point not knowing the truth about his mother's death and having all these questions, and having to grow up without her. I mean, yeah, he had Hannah, his serial killer
Blonde
stepmother.
also.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I mean, he had all these questions and like he felt cheated not having Rita in his life. And so that's probably going to be his trigger. And I think that we may see him kill again. And it may be triggered by a helpless blonde woman, you know? And then maybe by season 2, when Charlie and Dexter get together, maybe Charlie's life will be threatened and then he'll
find his forever blonde.
Yeah, Charlie's his next stepmom. We still don't know her real first name though, because we know her name ain't Charlie Brown. Although it'd be great if it was. It would be so great if it was.
I hope her mother didn't do that to her.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Dexter and Gemini interact in the next episode.
Yeah.
Does he know his twin is dead? You know, like, does he not know? I mean,
yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next. I thought that ending was you were onto it before I was, but I was like, oh my God, he's a twin. Yeah, that blew my mind. It was such a great way to cap off a very good episode of Dexter.
Yeah, it was fun. So again, guys, I'm really sorry that we got behind in our content. It's like I said, you know, we're both dealing with some chronic health issues and I'm trying to navigate this brand new one. But if you would like to, you know, if you'd like to join the show, get in touch. Again, yeah, you can contact me directly, Kelly at cyborgqueenmedia.com, or send us a DM on social media. We're on pretty much all of them. Cyborg Queen Media, except on X, which is Cyborg Queen TV. And join us on Sunday night for the live after show. Also, be sure to check out our other coverage of the other shows that we're covering, which Daryl Dixon is going to be starting soon. Alien Earth is going to be starting soon. But we also cover Yellow Jackets, which is our kind of our flagship show. That's how this all started. We also cover Severance and From, and we're going to be dipping into the Buffyverse soon. So all good stuff. Did I miss any? Did I miss any of our shows? Oh, it Welcome to Derry is that's going to be starting too. By the way, we did get news that From, like, I guess originally they were hoping for November release, but they're saying early 2026. And it's funny because it was like all the headlines I saw were frustrating update. And I was like, you know, as a content creator who covers it, I'm like, thank fuck.
Yeah.
I do not need another fall show, please. No, keep it. It's fine. We'll be just going from 1 to 1. This is like the busy season right now.
Yeah.
And then once Alien Earth is over, then, you know, we'll have a little bit of a break, or no, we won't have a break. It'll probably go straight from Daryl Dixon to Welcome to Derry to
From season 4, probably.
from season 4. And then I don't know what's going on with the next seasons of Original Sin and Yellow Jackets and Severance, but you know.
They just announced Yellow Jackets is going to start shooting in the fall.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, they haven't even started. They've got are done writing season 4, but they haven't started shooting.
Gotcha. I have a feeling that we may get season 2 of Original Sin fairly early in 2026. Because I think the Dexterverse is really interested in cranking these out as quickly as possible.
They should.
Yeah, because they want to do more spin-offs.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they've already got the Trinity.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's the Trinity Killer prequel.
Yeah, they've got that written already.
Is that going to be multi-seasons or is that like a mini-series?
I have no idea. Like, I can't.
Who are they going to cast to play young John Lithgow?
Yeah, I don't know.
Intrigued.
Yes, very.
I'm losing my voice. It's gone.
I know, me too.
I'm in my baritone at this point. Good evening.
Anyway, guys, please like this video and leave us a comment because you have no idea how much it helps in the algorithm. It's really hard out there for anyone who covers Dexter. Like, I was even looking at some of the views that people were getting on their Dexter videos that on channels that have like 1 million subscribers. And I was kind of shocked by how, 20-some thousand views on their videos, like for a channel that has 1 million subscribers. It's hard out there because it's so saturated. The franchise has been around for over a decade. Almost 20 years, actually.
Yeah.
Next year it'll be 20 years. And yeah, it's hard out there. It's hard out there for a Bay Harbor bitch. So, help us out a little, show us some love, like the video, leave a comment, tell us how your day's been, rant to us about the lighting in Dexter Resurrection.
Discuss your love of Falcor.
Yes, discuss your love of Falcor. Tell us we laugh too much. That's a good stuff. Hate reactions, hate engagement. It's still engagement.
We'll take it.
Yes, exactly. You're still helping us, so hate away. Anyway, that's it for us now. Join us Sunday night after the episode, and we'll be here chatting live with y'all. And we'll see you then. Bye, guys.
Bye.